Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. We're talking about the Rust Console Edition, the progress of the beta so far, and I'm calling it the roadmap. There's actually been a very interesting article posted on Double Eleven's website. They are the ones doing the build for the Console Edition, which is awesome. And it's currently under Rust Beta is currently under NDA right now, so I don't know how much we can comment on that yet. But just know that as soon as the NDA is lifted, you'll both see us streaming it, and you guys can ask us all kinds of questions. As very avid Rust players for years and years and years, we'll be over there playing on the PS4 and Xbox. Woo-woo! Myself, Jade Monkey, RazorTube, and BioLaser, the boyfriend squad, will be hitting it up, and it's going to be great. I cannot wait to show you what's what, and just the struggles of a Rust wipe, right? It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so if you are a new player, whether you're pre-ordering, whether you're in the Rust console beta right now, I do have a Rust Guides playlist. I'll link that up in the upper right-hand corner there. And check that out. It's going to help you on wipe day. It's going to help you with progression. It's going to help you with building, raiding, where to find those precious key cards and all that fantastic loot. And do not worry, it will not ruin anything for you in the game. It'll help you decide how you want to build and play as a Rust Console Edition player. Yeah, it's going to help you avoid those pitfalls, because believe me, there are many. So trust me, there's nothing spoiled, and it's fantastic stuff. It's going to answer a lot of the questions you will have, especially. All right, so let's get those formalities out of the way. If you do find this useful and helpful at any time, be sure to drop a like. And if you think you're into this type of content and you'd like to watch some more, drop that subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this article here. It's very interesting, and I can comment on a few things, but again, lots of things here are still NDA, so I have to be very careful about what I say. So just know that in the future, we'll be able to answer more of your questions. Okay, this is really good stuff. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, let's start over with the title. Rust Console Edition, Launch and Beyond. Good evening, everyone. A lot of you have been asking the questions about some of the features present in the Rust PC and why they're not present in our version of the game yet. Today's blog post aims to answer all of your questions and give you an exclusive insider peek on what we've been working on during the past 3 years, as well as some of the challenges we've had to face and overcome in order to bring this game to the console audience. Bear with me, your boy's not very good at reading. So what is Rust Console Edition, you might ask? Rust Console Edition is based on the PC version of the game, designed and optimized for a completely separate and unique console player experience. Rust is and forever will be the baby and brainchild of Face Punch, and we're extremely grateful to be able to take what they've done and create our own version of the game. Rust Console Edition is certainly Rust, as people know it, but under the hood, we've spent the last few years, we've created a completely different beast designed for consoles and their respective players. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, I can't read. Okay. Yes, and yeah, anybody who's played on Rust PC knows what a monster of a game this is. So the fact that it's running on current gens is nothing short of amazing. So yeah, it's quite a feat. All right, so we started talking to Face Punch in 2016 about the idea of creating a console version of Rust and how that could work. We knew early on that the two games would need to be in separate universes, given that the PC edition can expand as needed to, and the performance would be maintained so long as people continue to upgrade their hardware. With consoles, on the other hand, we have a finite resources that need to be more closely managed. Rust is a big, beautiful game built for PC, and the challenges to us as a developer was if we could create an experience on console that was performant for all consoles, not just next gen. That's awesome. Survival games have historically proven to be very challenging, and if we're going to do it, we need to do it right. Amen to that. Not only because Rust is a big IP in and of itself, but also because we respect and admire the community that has grown and evolved over the years through a love of this game. Making sure that this was the best version we could possibly create of Rust on console became our main focus. Yes, I love hearing that. And we knew that we'd have to take a different strategy. To PC going forward. Okay? Performance and optimization. Performance was the team's biggest and most demanding challenge. The Steam page for Rust boasts a minimum requirements of 10 gigabytes of RAM, plus 2 to 3 gigabytes of video memory depending on GPU vendor. Also recommends 16 for an optimal experience. Plug a 4 gigabyte video memory total says, I'm sorry, totally is 20 gigs. That targets consoles. The target consoles, after taking into account operating system and shared graphics memory, demand that we squeeze the game into just 4.5 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, so that's the ceiling. In addition to the memory challenge, the CPUs of early models of PS4 and Xbox One are comparable to those found in a 2013 MacBook Pro. There you go, which is well below the minimum requirements for Rust. To accommodate the games on these consoles, some light optimizations wouldn't cut it, so the team needed to rip apart and rewrite major engine subroutines within Unity. Some of the systems we designed and refactored helped us a lot, improving the performance of the game over on a console. Another big issue was load time. When we first had Rust up and running on console, the initial load took up to 45 minutes to read and decompress the enormous procedural map and its assets into memory. We've implemented a whole new bootstrap system capable of loading multiple Unity scenes and asset bundles simultaneously, and in a manner more suited to the mechanical hard disk of these machines. After a lot of work, the game now loads in around a minute, give or take, which is amazing, by the way. Like, amazing. If you don't have a solid-state drive, the fact that some of these systems don't, and they're able to load in is, like I said, nothing short of amazing. So it's a big feat, and a lot of people are like, hey, this runs better on my console than my PC, like, you know, lower-end PCs or whatever. Even high-end PCs have a hard time running this game on PC. Anyway, so we're very pleased with results over the past 3 years. When we started development, we spoke anecdotally in seconds per frame, given the age of the hardware. But after getting the game running for the first time, it was no longer an office joke. Achieving usable frame rates in Rust Console Edition was going to be a challenge, but the team was determined to accomplish our objective. Today we've been able to achieve just that, and overall we could not be more happy with the results. We've gotten a level of performance and stability that the majority of our beta testers seem to be happy with. And we are in the background striving to make it better every day. I can attest to that. They've been making updates very frequently, and that's awesome. Okay, so here you go. This is why I kind of say, they're saying the progress up to this point, but this is potentially like a roadmap, or this is a prelude to a roadmap, I'm guessing. What you can expect from Rust Console Edition in the future. Much like the PC version of Rust Console Editions will be updated regularly over time with the existing... Much like the PC version, the console editions will be updated regularly over time with the existing and new content created by Facepunch, as well as our own improvements. However, the way we will update will be different. Cool. The console editions will follow their own update roadmap from launch that we believe will provide an optimal player experience while gradually introducing players to the vast amount of gameplay and content that makes Rust an incredible experience. Awesome. Awesome to hear. We believe Rust is where it is today partly because Facepunch was able to test out our new features and improve the game over the years, fixing issues as they came up, and iteratively, man, I can't say the word, building a better and better game. We're taking a similar approach to the console editions, expanding the game incrementally, while we work within tight memory restrictions, testing, getting feedback, and working with the console community to create the best possible edition of Rust, uniquely for a console audience. So sorry, I can't read. We look forward to sharing some of the roadmap with you once we get closer to the release of the game. Awesome. Woo! I tell you what, and you've heard me say this before, this game has always been a great game, right? Like Rust in general. We've been playing this game since it came out. Rust was amazing in 2013. It's amazing right now in 2021. So no matter what version they started from as a base, it's a good game. And the fact that they've gotten all this to run so well on the core systems and on the Pro versions and on the next gens is amazing, and I think that's fantastic. There's not a whole lot more I can say about that because, again, we're under NDA, but like, how amazing is it that we're able to play this game and have a great time? And the fact that they're saying straight up that, look, we started from a core level here, and we're going to be building up from that. So, like, the experiences we have here might be slightly different, but that's okay because it sounds like we're going to get a nice... layer into it. So I know the update rate here is every month, but what they're saying is they're going to probably lump things up in a time period that makes the most sense. And remember, like they said, they're going to have to work it in with very tight memory restrictions. So it might take longer than the month update. So I would expect that, right? But just to know that the game's going to be in a good place to start, right? Because the game is amazing, and that we're just going to get more content from there on out is like really exciting to hear. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, the roadmap, the progress up to this point for the Rust Console Edition. I'm mad excited to play this. I'm mad excited to show everybody this live with the squad. And yeah, we're just going to be tearing it up. I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait to be streaming it, just showing everybody everything that we've been doing. And again, you guys will be able to ask all kinds of questions once you're there. So in the interim, you'll see us streaming on the PC until the NDA is lifted. So bring your questions. Obviously, anything that's NDA, if you are in the beta, you cannot talk about the experience, obviously. Just want to put that out there. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video / live stream. Love you. Bye!